both captains with me for New Zealand. Kane Williamson for India, Rohit Sharma, the ANZ coin toss winner Aryan Sharma himself, and match referee David Boone. And Aryan, I'll get you to pass the coin over to Mr. Williamson. Heads is the call. Kane, you won the toss. What have you decided?
We're going to have a bat. Usually a pretty good surface here, and obviously used our
underway.
I think the other thing that we've all talked about right through, whether it be the Test match cricket, whether it's ODIs, is the partnership.
Very good first over, 3 without loss.
Which is a fairly good one. Boundaries are fairly short. So you should be scoring 200, 220, 240 almost every time you bat, but you don't.
Work for deep square. There's our first boundary.
Well, didn't he just well here at Seifert? Really going to attack and get some bat on this delivery. He'd been missing outside the off stump, but in the end he had to clamp down on it, jumped at it. But he saw it so well again, those fast wrists, those hockey wrists.
Muscles this over long on. And all the way for the first 6 of the match as well.
Now this was a scorcher. Followed on from the boundary and on square to a cramp still, but got enough on it and enough power behind the shot.
Edge, and Dhoni takes the catch. Seifert cannot repeat the heroics, and New Zealand are 1 down.
Well, he just hit a 4 and a 6. And one wonders the mindset. Do you keep going? He did, and got an edge. And a simple catch to MS Dhoni behind the sticks. An India strike. Good comeback, but Seifert's gone. For 12, it's 15 for 1.
Or you can go straight, Munro. Oh, that's a long way back. That'll feel good for the New Zealand opener.
Yeah, well, he got the middle of the bat this time, didn't he? And he hit it ever so sweetly.
Rope as well. Oh, placement. Backward a point. New Zealand have their best over of the match. 30 for 1. Outside edge and fine enough on this small ground. A boundary for Williamson.
He dropped his hands on it, didn't he? Again outside the off stump, but came through. And there dropped.
Oh, nice use of the feet. Second boundary in the over for Williamson.
He's not hitting them, he's caressing them. Technical competence. Doesn't matter how big or small the ground is.
And that Hardik Pandya over. Out, we'll come back to it. As Munro's gone and Krunal Pandya has picked up a wicket, second ball. But he tried to go over cover, or through the cover area, and just sliced it. Took it on middle stump. Went away from the wheelhouse. That's so successful, and the spin worked straight away. Pandya, what a good introduction, Rohit Sharma. He'll be delighted. Munro gone for 12, 41 for 2. Oh, little edge? No edge at all. Looked good. Back and across. I think. Oh, they'll have a look.
Pitching outside, impacted line, wickets hitting, repeat wickets hitting. If we can get the umpire back on screen, please. Chris, wickets hitting, you're on screen now, stick with your original decision.
Oh, goodness me, that is absolute ridiculous. Darren Mitchell's only gone to Kane Williamson. because he wasn't sure about the system. There is a clear inside edge, and this is a horror mistake from Sean Hay.
Well, we have not heard the last of this because the umpires have got together. This shouldn't happen. There should not be player pressure on this, and I can understand Williams' point of view, but the umpires now, having used technology, are being pressured, and that's not what it's about.
I think the umpires, though, had gone back to their positions because they thought it was not out. They actually saw the stick on the hot spot. A fairly clear inside edge on this. That's what I originally thought. It's a good bit of movement, and hot spot. There's nothing on the bat before the ball comes, and there it is. It's such a clear inside edge, so I don't know what is happening here. Williamson doesn't know.
Well, I don't know what they can do to overturn it.
Well, they can't, to be honest with you, Smithy. It's a mistake and it's been made.
Look, they've asked for the guidance upstairs. The guy upstairs has said it's out. Proceed. They can't do anything about it. He has to go.
Yeah, I think he's got to go. I think he's got to go. And I don't agree with the decision, but the outcome is correct. Daryl Mitchell must go. It's a shame for him because he has got an inside edge on it. The system hasn't worked in his favour, but he does have to go for one. And New Zealand now 43 for 3.
The all-rounders in 2020. Big appeal, has to be out, is out. What a wicket. India in control of this game, and they had just had one of the best T20 players out, Kane Williamson.
Massive wicket. Brilliant from Kunal Pandya. Just get it around. Beaten by pace and dead. Huge wicket for India.
His third wicket as well. What a performance so far. The match winner is out, Kane Williamson. He goes to 20. New Zealand in trouble. 50 for 4.
Chahal right in the slot too for de Grandhomme. Even though New Zealand have lost 4, he says, I'm still going to try and get after you. Over cover this time, so de Grandhomme trying to fight back. A counter-attack from New Zealand.
Black Caps certainly need an injection of runs, and de Grandhomme's the man to deliver. This was incredibly wide. It could have been called wide as well, but enough wood on it. The inner field raced away for 4.
Teammates. Straight again. And is it just one bounce this time?
Well, this is really good from de Grandhomme because we say it over and over again. We often say it when he gets out in silly fashion. This is how he plays. He knows this way. This is his only way. This is how he likes to play. That's gone all the way. Just keep doing it.
Oh, that's massive. De Grandhomme showing his power.
So easy, isn't it? This is no more than a flick. The sound it makes when it hits the bat, it goes off like a rifle. This is God. It's just a jab. It's just a flick. Look at that. It's gone into the second tier.
It's one of the stronger players around. Kunal Pandya has been deliberately bowling at the pads. Another one. Oh, it's back to back for de Grandhomme.
certainly a much needed innings here from de Grandhomme. He's been under a little bit of pressure as far as his place in the side, and he's filling that role perfectly for the Black Caps tonight. Exquisite power hitting.
It's payback time, isn't it?
A little gem of an innings. That's clever from Taylor. And that is the 100 up for New Zealand and the 50-run partnership as well.
Oh, it's an awful ground to be fielding and down there at fine leg or third man when you're chasing the ball that's on your inside, because the land just gets burnt up. All the real estate, it's just the boundary gets shorter and shorter as you chase this finer and finer.